Hello everyone. Let's continue with the next topic, that is normalization. So we'll just discuss about what is normalization, but later stage we'll discuss in depth about the normalization, right? So let's see the normalization. Normalization. So normalization that is used to eliminate or reduce the redundancy. So it is used to eliminate or reduce the redundancy, right? सो डुप्लीकेसी को क्या करना है, एलिमिनेट करना है, रिड्यूस करना है, तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, विल हैव टू फॉलो नॉर्मलाइजेशन, राइट? सो लेट्स सी द एग्जांपल. So here SID as name, age, here CID, CNAME, CID, CNAME, and fee. Okay, so here this is what is S1, S name is A, age is assumed 20, and here S2, F2, name is B, age is 21, then S3, there will be the some name, age, then for S4, the name and age, after that again here it is S1, for S1, here it is A, here it is 20, here it is S2, for S2, here it is B and 21, again here it is S1, A, 20. Okay, and here for CID we can say C1, database, and 10, here it is C2, operating system, and here it is 8, again C1, C1, database, and here it is 10, again C1, database, and 10, then C3, here it is COA 7, C3, COA 7, and here it is C4, data structure, and 8. Okay, so now if we observe here, here it is in sname, age and sid, there is a redundancy here. S1 A 20, again here S1 A 20, here S2 B 21, here S2 B 21, and here S1 A 20, right? So these are the duplicate records, right? So there is a duplicacy. If we observe here CID, CNAME and fee, again here C1 database and 10, here C2, not here, C1 database 10, C1 database 10, and here C3 COA and C3 COA 7. So here also duplicacy, right? So in this table there is a redundancy, right? So there is a redundancy in this table. So यहाँ तक clear है, एक बार confirm करना. Okay, fine. So here in this case, candidate key that may be SID and CID. By combining these two, we can make the candidate key. But if we observe here, attribute SID, sname and age, SID, sname and age, it is suffering from redundancy, or we can say duplicacy. And if we observe further, CID, CNAME and P, CID, CNAME means course ID, course name and fee. So here in this case also there is a redundancy, right? In this case also, in this case also there is a redundancy. So what are the problem because of redundancy? So what are the problem because of redundancy? तो redundancy की वजह से क्या प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है वो देखते हैं. So first one is the wastage of the space. Wastage of space. तो डुप्लीकेसी अगर रहेगी, रिडंडेंसी अगर रहेगी, तो वहां पे वेस्टेज रहेगी स्पेस की. बट नाउ इट इज वी नो दैट space is available, and there is no big issue for the space, right? So space is not the big issue. It is not the big issue. So next thing is, it may cause inconsistency, right? Due to the redundancy, it may cause inconsistency, may cause inconsistency. That is the big issue, right? That is the big issue. Okay, so one problem is the wastage of the space. That is not the big issue, but it may cause inconsistency. That one is the big issue. Okay, so now confirm me. Till this part, is it clear? Okay, fine. So now we'll discuss about some of the anomalies, right? So there can be the insertion anomaly, there can be the updation anomalies, and there can be the deletion anomaly. So we'll discuss about anomalies. So first one, let's see the updation anomaly. Updation anomaly. So updation anomaly, we can say, if we updating the fee for C1, we need to update at all the places, right? So assume that we are updating the fees for C1. So here assume it is 12k instead of 10k, it is 12k. So we need to update at all the places. Here also we need to update, right? So this is what the updation anomaly. So if we are updating from one place, we need to update from all other places also, right? So this is what the updation anomaly. Updating C for C1, update, now we need to update from all the places. Updating C for C1, we need to update from all places. We need to update from all the places. So what will happen if we are updating all the places? It will increase the input output cost, right? So increase it will increase input output cost. It will increase the input output cost. So this is about the updation anomaly. Is it clear to all? Okay, fine. So after updation, next we'll discuss about the insertion anomaly. Insertion insertion anomaly. So what is the insertion anomaly? So we can say introducing new codes, introducing new codes, then then we need to fill dummy data. We need to fill dummy data। तो अपने को डमी डेटा क्या करना पड़ेगा, फिल अप करना पड़ेगा। कैसे? लेट्स सी, वी आर इंट्रोड्यूसिंग द कोर्स C5, assume it is algorithm, right? And fee is 10,000, right? So no, there is no student who has taken the course algorithm, right? So we need to fill the dummy data, right? So we need to fill the dummy data. Okay. So this is what the insertion anomaly. Now tell me, is it fine to all? Okay, fine. So next one is the deletion anomaly. Deletion anomaly. So for deletion anomaly, we can say deletion of some data, deletion of some data, some data forced to delete some other data, forced to delete some other data. How? So assume that we are deleting course C1. If we are deleting course C1 from this one, so we'll have to delete this one also. We need to delete this one also, right? And correspondingly, we'll delete the student record also. This course one, so we'll delete the student record also, right? It means when we are deleting some data, it is forced to delete some other data. That is the deletion anomaly. Now tell me, deletion anomaly that is clear to all? Okay, fine. So next thing, to avoid the redundancy, we'll do the decomposition of the relation. To avoid redundancy, we'll do the decomposition of the relation. We'll do the decomposition of the relation. So decomposition means shifting the relation into two or more sub-relations. So decomposition means shifting the relation into two or more sub-relations. Two or more sub-relations to reduce the redundancy or eliminate the redundancy. तो दिस इज व्हाट द डिकम्पोजिशन। डिकम्पोजिशन का मतलब क्या हुआ कि रिलेशन को सब रिलेशंस में डिवाइड कर देना। जैसे कि इस रिलेशन को क्या कर सकते हैं हम, सब रिलेशंस में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं। सो हाउ टू डिवाइड, लेट्स सी। सो हियर विल डिवाइड द this relation into सब रिलेशन। तो एक सब रिलेशन ये वाला हो जाएगा, यहाँ से यहाँ तक, जिसमें एस आई डी, एस नेम और एज रहेगा। और दूसरा क्या हो जाएगा, दूसरा ये वाला हो जाएगा जिसमें सी आई डी, सी नेम और फीस रहेगी। तो ये क्या बना देंगे, दो सब रिलेशन बना देंगे, और इन दोनों सब रिलेशंस को जोड़ने के लिए एक तीसरा रिलेशन बना देंगे, राइट। सो लेट्स सी। सो here SID, S name and age, and here it is CID, CNAME and fees. Okay, and here in this relation it is SID and CID, and this relation will call as a enroll, and this relation is a student, and this relation is course. Okay, and in SID here it will be S1, S2, S3 and S4, no duplicacy. And in CID here it is C1, C2, C2, C3, C4, no duplicacy. And in this relation here there will be the S1, C1, S2, C2, S3, C1, S4, C1, then S1, S1, C3, S1, C3, S2, C3, S2, C3, S1, C4, S1, C4, right? So we can say that in this table, let me write down the name. Name कुछ भी हो सकता है, एज यहाँ पे कुछ भी हो सकती है, और ये इसके कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग सी नेम रहेगा, और ये मान लीजिए कि इसकी फी रहेगी, राइट। so here what is the primary key? So this is what the candidate key. So this is eligible for primary key also. So primary key is SID, For this relation, primary key is CID. And what is the primary key for this relation? Here primary key is a combination of these two, SID and CID. SID, CID, right? And this SID is a foreign key which is referring to this SID. And this CID is again foreign key which is referring to this one, right? तो यहाँ पे ये foreign key है और यहाँ पे ये भी क्या है, foreign key है. Okay, so till this part, is it clear to all? Okay, fine. Okay, now we want to update the code C of C1. Update code C of C1. C1 की code C को अपडेट करना है. मान लीजिए कि इस code C को क्या करना है, अपडेट करना है. अब C1 की code C को अपडेट, मान लीजिए ये 10K था और 10K की जगह क्या कर दिया, 12K कर दिया. तो अब इसको सिर्फ एक जगह पे क्या करना पड़ा, अपने को अपडेट करना पड़ा, और कहीं पे अपडेट नहीं करना पड़ेगा, राइट? तो कोर्स C1 को हमने क्या कर दिया, यहाँ पे इसकी फीस को अपडेट कर दिया, तो दूसरी जगह पे हमें इसको अपडेट नहीं करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, दिस इज व्हाट द अपडेटिंग ऑफ कोर्स सी. व्हाट अबाउट द इंसर्शन ऑफ न्यू कोर्स? मान लीजिए इंसर्ट करना है कोई न्यू कोर्स. न्यू कोर्स इंसर्ट करने का मतलब कोर्स C5 हो गया, ये कोर्स हो गया, ये कोर्स का नेम हो गया, ये उसकी फीस हो गई, राइट? तो हमने क्या कर दिया, इंसर्ट कर दिया. इंसर्ट कर दिया, तो क्या डमी डेटा की रिक्वायरमेंट आएगी यहाँ पे? इज देयर रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ डमी डेटा कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग दिस कोर्स? Yes. Is there any need of dummy data? No. Corresponding this one, there is no need of dummy data. तो इसके corresponding कोई dummy data की requirement अब नहीं आएगी. What about deletion of S2 from student? मान लीजिए कि हमें क्या करना है, डिलीशन करना है, S2 का डिलीशन करना है, इसका डिलीशन करना है, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? तो S2 को यहाँ से डिलीट कर दिया, मतलब S2 को फिर यहाँ से भी डिलीट करना पड़ेगा. तो जहाँ पे भी S2 होगा उसके कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग S2 को यहाँ पे भी डिलीट करना पड़ेगा, राइट? इट मीन्स if we are deleting S2 from the student table or relation, then we need to delete from enroll table also, but it doesn't affect the course table, right? तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, इसके से भी डिलीट करना पड़ेगा, बट ये कोर्स टेबल को क्या नहीं करेगा, इफेक्ट नहीं करेगा. इट विल नॉट इफेक्ट द कोर्स टेबल. इज इट फाइन टू ऑल? So here you can note down that delete from delete delete S2 from student, delete s2 from student, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा उस केस में? We need to delete multiple records, multiple records from enroll table. We need to delete multiple records from enroll table, but it doesn't it doesn't affect course table. It doesn't affect the course table. तो course table को ये इफेक्ट नहीं करेगा. And so this topic is over. Now we'll discuss about the functional dependency. Functional dependency. Functional dependency. So here we can say SID goes to SNAME. SID goes to SNAME. This is what a functional dependency, right? SID goes to SNAME. This is what a functional dependency. So for functional dependency, we can say that X, Y are the attribute set uh, are the attribute set are the attribute set over over the relation over the relation R over the relation R, and xy goes to xy goes to x x goes to y, and x goes to y implied implied in relation R, in relation R only if only if only if for any tuple for any tuple for any tuple t1 t2 t1 t2 such that t1 dot x equal to t2 dot x, then then t1 dot y t1 dot y equal to t2 dot y, right? t1 dot y equal to t2 dot y. Okay, so this is what the definition for the functional dependency. और यहाँ से मुझे लग रहा है कुछ समझ आया और कुछ नहीं भी समझ आया, कुछ ऐसा ही सीन मिलेगा. यस, आया कुछ समझ? Now let's try to understand. So here x, here it is y, here it is x1, 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 x2, x3. Here it is A, A, B, B. Okay. Now let's understand. So x and y are the attributes set over the relation R, and x goes to y is implied in relation R only if for any tuple t1, t2 such that t1 dot x equal to t2 dot x. ये t1 हो गया, तो यहाँ पे t1 डॉट एक्स ये हो गया और t2 डॉट एक्स ये हो गया। अगर ये दोनों इक्वल हैं तो क्या होना चाहिए, t1 डॉट वाई इक्वल टू t2 डॉट वाई। इसका मतलब ये t1 डॉट वाई हो गया और ये t2 डॉट वाई हो गया, ये भी इक्वल होने चाहिए, राइट। तो x1 के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग अगर यहाँ पे a है और ये क्या a है, तो यहाँ पे भी x1 के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग क्या होना चाहिए, a होना चाहिए, राइट। तो यहाँ पे भी x1 के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग क्या होना चाहिए, a होना चाहिए। और फर्दर भी अगर x1 है तो उसके कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग क्या होना चाहिए, a होना चाहिए। तो यहाँ पे x1 x1 क्या था, तीन जगह पे था, तो यहाँ पे इसके कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग y की वैल्यू भी क्या होनी चाहिए, a होनी चाहिए तीनों जगह पे, राइट। तभी कहेंगे कि x गोज टू y इज इम्प्लाइंग, राइट। तब कहेंगे x गोज टू y इज इम्प्लाइंग, सॉरी x गोज टू y इज इम्प्लाइंग। एक तो ये हो गया, फर्दर भी चेक करना पड़ेगा x2 के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग ये b है